Monday the 18th, February 2013. Starting the Jodel, or about to start a Jodel, in Hoki for the last time, and point northwards, heading up in that general direction, Westport, Motueka, Omaka, Foxpine and Stratford. Today, maybe. We'll see what the weather gods have for us. So, hopefully on the way back Thursday with the new one. There. Oh, well, here we are. We're airborne. Off and away. Woohoo! And got airborne at about 20 past 9. Just quietly tuckering up the coast, and we're about 4 miles out of Hoki at the moment. All the weather and things at this point looks very favourable. May it continue. Old girl's just humming along nicely. 60 on the oil, almost 60 pound of pressure. Bolts are working, radio's going, boo. It's all great. 50 indicated and 60 on the GPS. So I'd say my airspeed might be out by just a smidge.
Traffic with Hoki Ticker, traffic Eagle 873, taxis holding point 03, the traffic Hoki Ticker.
And with a click of the fingers, well, we're actually now cruising into Westport, descending through 1,300 feet with 50 something pound of oil and 70 degrees. Ground speed of 62, indicating 58-ish. So there's not a lot of anything happening out there. There's no wind lines on the ponds. And we should be on the ground, according to that, in about 6 or 7 minutes. The airport is just right off our nose, just to the left of the river, what's out there. Yeah, slightly to the left of that. Once fueled up, we'll be heading into them there hills and tracking through to Motueka for a bit more motion lotion, then theoretically off to Omaka. I'll give that one-eyed reed a call and see what the weather's doing at Motueka. Then, yeah, we'll see what happens from there. May even get to the North Island today, not sure. Actually looks pretty good. That's heading up around the corner out towards Farewell Spit a bit. Well, Farewell Spit's a bit further up, but yeah. Low cloud, that's alright, and it's just not too bad. Woohoo. Well, here we are, we're into the Bulla Gorge, and in fact we're just about here. Yeah, Mitchell's just around the corner and Angahua's back that way a bit. And yeah, the sky is starting to lighten up very nicely over there. Mind you, it's been very good all the way up. No weather issues at all. So yeah, just through over there somewhere will be Murchison, and then we're pretty much follow the road up through to Muddy Acre. Old girl's just humming along lovely as always. Everything's working well. And we've got a ground speed of 63 knots and indicated 50. So we've got a bit of a wind up our chuff, which is very good. Which is typical of the Bulla about this time. It's, what is the time? It's about 11:30. And I'll be lunch in Motueka. Yes. Well, we've just passed Longford. That's back there a bit. And the Bulla's up to its normal tricks. It's a bit wiggly through here in the odd place. But yeah, no shortage of lift. The skies come out nice and blue. And just delightful. We currently have a ground speed of 74 knots for 60 indicated, so that's all working in our favour. Muddy Acre should be somewhere around half an hour away, and then it will be lunchtime, which would be nice.
Charlie Whiskey's Mercury Swimmer, 1,000 feet, landing at Tasman.
It's quite busy. There's 3 hairy planes. 2 of them are buggering off though, and some helicopter doing silly things. But that's Motueka, just out the front there. Sorry about the glare, but the sun is kind of doing that. So yeah, getting closer.
Alpha is rolling there to climbing 1,000 feet and take aim to low point zone.
And their calling is pretty average. Yeah. Jodel Island out there. Could just go straight for that. Or I could go over to Nelson. Nelson's over that way. Oh, we're going this way. ZK-AKR, which is now 8 miles ahead of us. And if I look hard enough, I'll actually be able to see the airfield. But I better concentrate, I have to land in amongst other hairy planes. Yes. Aha! Well, we're airborne out of Motueka, which is back over there. Or back over there. Oh yeah, I've got a life jacket on, because that there would be Tasman Bay, with Nelson just over there, and a couple of big boat things that are floating above the waterline. I'm just heading for Pepin Island, which is that bit there, and if you cut a direct track from Motueka to Pepin, it keeps you outside of Nelson's airspace, which, as you can see, is, yeah, I'm not in it, and I'm starting to pass the apex thing. And listen to Nelson Tower, there's no traffic around anyway. So I've got to get up through them there hills. And yeah, pick my way through the road, or follow the road through to Woodburn. Hopefully they will be happy to let me through to go to Omark, otherwise it's a long way around to get into the transit lane. Yes, so lunch was lovely. Thank you, darling. I just had my cheese scone left, which I might have a bit later on. Sandwich and a banana was fine. Big event happening on at Motueka with an RNZAC rally of some form starting this coming weekend. So yeah, but as you can see, Tasman Bay, flat calm. Just lovely. Bit of clag in the hill, but that's what you'd expect this time of day. And yeah, with Pepin Island, I'll just come in on the right hand side of that. Pick the road up, follow it through to yeah, the road over the hill, and there we are. We're sort of approaching halfway-ish there. And well, here we are. This is the scary bit. Well, not really scary as such. There's all that blue. Look at it, miles and miles of blue with a faded coastline that we're heading for. Fox Pine is sort of straight off our nose a bit. There's a big island hanging out the front there somewhere. Our run under point's out over there, and there's all that blue stuff all the way back to Blenheim. Just quietly busted a corner of their airspace, not intentional. But the meatworks was not where I thought it was. But the guy in the tower was very helpful and pointed it out that I wasn't actually where I said I was, but I wasn't far away. So yes, okay, according to that, hour and a half-ish, and we'll be annoying the crap out of the Fox Pine airfield. Yes. Oh, well, we're getting a wee bit closer. That is Cavity Island there, and there's Mana Island just over there. We have an indicated speed of 59 and a ground of 70, so we've got a very helpful bit of wind up our arse at the moment. It was a wee bit slow getting out of Blenheim, but things have picked up quite nicely. 1,200 feet over the ocean. Nice steady 70 degrees oil with 55 pound. Good voltage, good revs, nice lights, yes, and a compass, woohoo. There's the wind farm on the bottom left-hand side of the North Island. Surprising place for a wind farm, Wellington. There's a couple of big boats have just gone past. They're out over there. Oh, yeah, there's one, hopefully. And at this point we are still sticking our nose directly at Fox Pine. Yeah, oh, now we are. There's the other one down there, telling us all good news. So yeah, just under an hour, and we should be crossing the coast to overhead Fox Pine. So far, so very good. As you can see, the sky is brilliantly clear. There's just a lovely
flying expedition. Still getting a bit closer. There's Mana Island in all its glory. I don't know what glory that is, but it's got some, because there it is, in all of it. There's Kapiti Island off our nose, and Fox Pine is way over there in the foggy bits. Oh, not foggy, but yeah, way over there. So we've had the music all across the strait. It's been marvellous. Very little traffic coming out of Paraparam. So yeah, nice and quiet for all concerned. Well, we're getting pretty close now. That would be something around the Torreria River. What the hell's it called? It's called the Manawatu River. That's what it is. There's Foxton, and then Fox Pine is pretty much straight off our nose, just down by them bar trees. Looks vaguely familiar. It's been a couple of years since I was up here last time, but yes. So yeah, nice trip over the coast. No problems whatsoever, of course, with the mighty D9. I trust that the D18 replacement is going to be just as trustworthy. So we'll put that over there for a bit, get some motion lotion, and make a push for Stratford. There's plenty of places to stop on the way, all the way up there, past Wanganui. Egmont you can't see from here, but it's kind of over there a bit. Yeah. Meantime, we are 3.7 miles away from Fox Pine Airfield, and I think I can see it there, down in amongst the hills. Yes, so I will give you another video call from overhead. And there at the front is Fox Pine Airfield, and the gas station part of it is in there somewhere. They've got one. I've got gas there before, and they assure me they still have it. I believe that might be it there, the little brown building thing. Yeah. So here we are, overhead. I better make some calls and do some landing stuff. What a lovely day here. Not much of any sort of wind. Yeah, just beautiful. Oh, we're out of Fox Pine, and that is actually Hamatangi Beach settlement thing. The biscuit at Ohaki is not active, which is very, very good, which means I can just toddle on up past Wanganui and a few of the other haunts, and with luck we'll make Stratford by the end of play today. And then it's only a matter of finding somewhere to park up for the night and hope like hell that there's no fog there in the morning. Yeah, just a spectacular day for flying. So the Jodel's performing just flawlessly, as I would expect, and the weather is performing equally as well. Yes, good fun.
Well, there it is, start of day 2, Stratford Airfield at 7:30 in the morning. My God, it's early. The wee red beasties had a bath overnight with all the dew that's around, but just look at the day. Just unbelievable. It's time we get packed up. Give Cheryl a yell to find out what the Hamilton webcam has for us. Hopefully no fog. Brilliant stay at Billy's Backpackers. Not Backpackers, homestay. Very nice indeed. So probably the last day's flying I'll have in the D9 before it gets handed off to Tony, and we get to have a bit of a look around the new machine. So while the sun is getting up and the dew is disappearing, time to pack up and get ready to rock.
Well, we're out of Stratford. No problem at all. There's the Motunui station or plant over there. We're heading for Waitoitoi, which is just over there. It's just to keep out of New Plymouth's control zone. And yeah, the view inland looks rather startling. There's a bit of fog way in the guts there, but we will see what happens when we get up to Awakino. and start poking inland. Yes, so yeah, Waitoito is just around over that bit of a hill thing there. And we're off, so we've got nice oil, everything, nice RPMs, got voltage, got 1700 feet, 50 knots, but 63 indicated, so there's a bit of a slight push. Always good when the GPS tells you a higher number than the speedo, of course. Lovely stay at the back at the bed and breakfast, as I mentioned. Yeah, very good indeed. So, yeah, off into the wild blue, which isn't very wild, but it's certainly blue. Well, it may be hard to see out the front, but we'll come around and have another go at it. But there's Tikawiti Airfield right off the nose, and there's Tikawiti Township. Listening in the basking smog of the North Island. And there's the, looks like the poo ponds at the end, so we don't want to hit those. No, that would be a bad thing. That would take a bit of washing off. So yeah, there's the airfield, and we're just about to sort of have a look at the windsocky things and see what they're up to. I've got to find them first. I'll be back. Better view of it. I got the sun in the right place. There is the airfield, and down there in the corner is a windsock that tells me there's just nothing happening. So we'll descend and join for 3-4, which is we're landing that way. There's a hairy plane down there. Hopefully they've still got some fuel of some form. Yeah. Alright, I'll go and do some landing stuff. Well, we're out of Tikawiti. Last hop to Te Kauai underway. We've got about 20 miles to go. And that's Mount Pirongia. Not a very big mountain, as mountains go. But they call it a mountain, so that's fine. We got bigger ones down home. So yeah, somewhere just off the nose is
traffic, Cessna 172, Lima Alpha Tango 10 west of the field, 2,800, on track to Taupo, Federal traffic.
And that little township over there is Puki.
And Tokoroa traffic, Philip Dallas.
Over.
4 miles south of Tokoroa, at 2,500 feet and trekking south.
Or Pirongia, one of those two. Yeah, bit of a cloud thing, but that's way above where I am at currently 2,000 feet with 73 degrees of oil pressure and 50 pound of pressure and revs and radio and transponder and GPS and stuff. Yes, it's all good. Bit of a shocker of a landing at Tikawiti. My God, it was one not to be proud of. So better have all my things buttoned up when I get to Te Kauai. There will be an audience. Yes. So, there we go. Well, we're on the homeward stretch, if you like. 2,000 feet. That's Hamilton out there. All the murk and goo. There was one other aircraft operating in Te Kauai, which should be just pretty much ahead of us. It's just on 4 miles out now. Starting to get a wee bit bubbly above the ground, but only a little bit, as you'd expect with the heat of the day starting to build. Yeah, so we'll see if we can get a shot of Te Kauai when we get a bit closer. Well, the view out the front's a wee bit different, and so are all the dials. My D9 has grown up into a D18. Here we are sitting at Te Kauai after the first landing, which was marvellous. I just hope the rest of them can do the same. We're about to head off to via Tikawiti to well, we're here off down to no, we're not, we're actually Te Kauai. We're going to come whistling down to Tikawiti, then straight out down to Wanganui and Fox Point. I'll see if I can do that in one hit. I'll have a better idea once we get going. So yeah, there it is. But look, a canopy, no draft, and they're actually Triumph air vents, not Hillman Hunter ones. Yeah, okay. And here we go with a view out the front of the new machine. The canopy's a bit bubbly to look through, so the things may be alright, or may not be. I don't know, we'll see. As far as the view goes, The oil gets pretty warm in a full climb, but the temperatures are starting to come back again now, so that's all good. Currently 1,900 feet, tracking to Tikawiti. We'll overhead that, and we'll just see how we're going time-wise. And then off to Stratford, Wanganui, and Fox Point. Yeah.
5 miles southeast.
Everything seems to be ticking along beautifully. It's lovely to fly. With one up, it just needs a bit of right-hand aileron push. Probably because I'm sitting, if I let that go, it'll just quietly roll over to the left. But that's no biggie. It's just, it gives your left hand something to do while the right hand's busy playing with the knob. She's ticking along at 80 indicated, and the GPS is showing 85. Oop, if I get that out of the way, 85. Estimated time 16 minutes to travel 22 miles. So, yeah, it's about 1.3 miles per minute, which will make flight planning easier-ish. Now, I've got this here GPS that's come with it, possibly, but it's still looking for satellites. So I've got Old Faithful there, and I've got the other one as well, somewhere amongst all this crap. Yeah. But no, she's just a delight to fly. Very, it's quite, it can be sporty on the ground if you don't keep your eye on things. But that's a tail wheel for you. Yeah. So there we are. What is the o'clock? It is currently 20 to 2. So I would like to think I can get to Muddy Acre at least this evening. And then, yes, get home first thing in the morning. If I can, I'll just see what the time's up to, but we'll see if we can't actually get back home. That would be very good. And it'll be quite a good day's flying. It's very comfortable to sit in as things go. Yep. And it seems to like about 3 and a bit, about there somewhere. It trims up nicely. That's level flight trim. 3 notches of flap to play with, although you only need 2. You use the third one if you are just a wee bit high. Apparently it sinks like a brick if you do that. So, yeah. And down there is Tikawiti. Oh, just as the bubbles start. It's typical midday rubbish coming off the ground. We've actually gained a few hundred feet because of it though. We're sitting at 2.4. And yeah, whistling past Tikawiti, we're going to Stratford, which is that way by 70 odd miles. Should take us about 40 minutes to get there. 40, that'll make it a total of an hour and a bit. And then hopefully we've got enough legs to head down to Fox Pine. Yeah, but the day outside is just lovely. Yep. It's even got one of these balance ball things in here, so now I've got no excuse. Yep, everything seems to be humming along just lovely. These air vents are just fantastic. Oh, hell yes. The brand new carbon monoxide detector hasn't gone off yet. So, yeah, so far so good. Hey. Well, there's some lovely thermal stuff happening around here. This is, we're just coming into Stratford. We're about 5 miles out. At 2200, the airfield's 946 feet above our sea level, so we've got to be sort of 1900 feet to be the 1,000-foot join. Oh, crikey, yes. Woo! As you'll see, my main front tank light is on. It says, give me fuel. I haven't actually flicked the reserves on yet. What I want to do is land at Stratford, top up the main tank in the front, leaving the other 2 untouched, so I've got an idea exactly of what the fuel burn is on a trip. Now the airfield itself is right there. Oh, sorry about the shaky bits, but you'll have to talk to Murphy and these thermals about that. Ugh, that's great. Right, so we're skidding along at pretty much 90 indicated and 97 on the GPS. I don't think I've ever been this fast in an aeroplane for so long. It's great. So yeah, there's a set of hangars just there, which is the airfield. And we'll stop, have a stretch, put some more fuel in the front, and we'll just see how we go. She still runs a bit warm when you push the revs up, the oil's sort of getting up to not much more than you want it to be, but that's it to about 3.8, and it will actually fly sort of there, but there's a vibration in there at that rev, so yeah, we just don't go there. And so we're out of Stratford, still buzzing along. What have we got there? 75 on the clock and 86 on the GPS, which is really cool. There it is, just in case you think I'm pulling the horse. No, I'm not. It's 86. Okay, just up in the murk you can see Wanganui, stinky town, with an airfield right out in the middle of nowhere, so we're going to zoom past that. Where are we? At 1900 feet so far. All the temperatures and things are looking wonderful. She's humming along quite nicely. Put 16.7 litres in the tank for 1 hour 20 minutes, which is pretty good economy. So yeah, there'll be 2 hours in the front tank and an hour in each wing. So yeah, we should be able to, we'll have a look. We'll see if we can make it back in one piece. Well, one piece hopefully, but I mean in one hit once we get down to Fox Pine. Just another beautiful day here. It's starting to smooth out a bit. Now I'm getting off towards the coast. I'm guessing the sea breeze setting up, or has set up, he says as he goes through a great big pocket of goo. Right. So yes, very nice. This thing is just a delight to fly. And yeah, so far so good. Long may it continue. Well, we're getting a bit closer again. There would be, it's not quite, yeah, Foxton Beach Township. We've got down here in just about an hour. It's pretty good. Ticking along quite nicely. And the airstrip is just sort of in there a wee bit. We'll gas up there and then see all that blue. Oh! Time to find out how big your nuggets are. We're going to go and track out across the tide for Muddy Acre. So hopefully I can at least get back in the correct island tonight. Yes. So that's where we are at the moment. It is currently 20 past 4. And yeah, the airfield is just up ahead. Right, cool. Well, alright, so we're out of Fox Pine. There's Kapiti Island. And there's a bit of murk sitting there. So we'll just have a look and see how low that goes, and if it's looking yucky, then I might have to go back to Paraparam for the evening, which will be a pain in the arse, but oh well, we'll just have a look. I can still see under it at this point, and behind it is the South Island, the correct island, the good island. Currently 1,500 feet, with temperatures and everything just lovely. No hesitation of anything at all with this so far. Long may it continue. 75 on the speedo.
Oscar Whiskey Lima, Paraparam.
And 80 on the GPS. Oh, they're calling me. Oscar Whiskey Lima, go ahead.
What's your present position, please?
Present position would be 5 miles seaward of Kapiti Island at the north end at 1,500.
Copied.
Oh, I hope that sounded right.
Traffic, Nancy 823,
Oh, we'll have a look and see what's under here. Well, we're getting close to the midway point between nowhere and nowhere. So far, so good. Yes, everything's behaving. It's just doing nice things. The front tank light is on, but we've only been going for half an hour, so we've got another half an hour before we poke some motion lotion in it. According to the GPS, we've got about 40 minutes left before making Omaka. Then depending on how that's looking, we might just see if we can squeeze over to Motueka, because it's a reasonably quick trip from there. Yeah, especially at the speed this thing gets along at. It's marvellous. So nice, yes. Beautiful day, just a bit of crappy shit stuff sitting there. Suppose I better ring up Jace shortly and give him the good news that he's kind of on call again. Well, it's aviating, what can I say? Now you see the view at the front has just changed ever so slightly. So what we've got is just out off the wingtip there is the brothers with the lighthouse on it. I don't know what their names are, but apparently they're brothers. The weather right through to Motueka is glorious. So I've changed tack. I'm not going to go via Omaka. We're now pushing a very slight headwind, but pretty much heading that way. So we are currently, on the scheme of things, yep, about there. Where my thumb is. He says trying to do 3 things at once, which is drive, talk and film. We're just going to cut across the toplands here, beat a track from Motueka, straight ahead, and according to that we should be there in about an hour or thereabouts. Yeah, so catch up with that one-eyed reed, and I might have a beer. Yes. There's another lonely place in an aeroplane, the head of the sounds. That's Cape Jackson, just under the wing. There's a mighty wing. It is. There's a fuel cap and it's on, which is handy. So we're heading for Motueka, as I mentioned previously, which is over there. Muddy Acres clear, so that's really good. And Cape Lambert is pretty much just coming up. And yeah, it's all fun and games. So in an hour's time thereabouts, I hopefully will be tucking into Motueka. Somehow I've got to get the horrible book out from the back seat without crashing. Yeah, that'll be interesting. It's have a look. There's me. Oh, I haven't done a me shot yet, have I? Yes, I've still got my eye crutches on. So over there is the black book, which I've got to somehow become a contortionist, drag out and chuck on the front seat. But yeah, so far this thing is just beautiful, lovely to fly. Everything's behaving nicely. Even me, I haven't done any silly things in it yet. I did one wing over. Oh, not really a wing over, it was a steep turn somewhere back up the track, yeah. But just a beautiful day for flying. Unbelievable. You can see there's a bit of wind through there. I reckon it might get slightly exciting as we head over the hills here. But we'll find out very shortly. Aha. That's Squirrely Cove. Believe it or not, I didn't know there was such a thing, but apparently there is. Which means that's Tasman Bay, and the hills in the far distant bits is where Muddy Acre lives. So yeah, we've got about 25 minutes and we should be getting on top of the airfield. But yeah, so we've tuk through the sounds, nice and lovely. There's actually quite a settlement in there. Yeah. Almost looks like Havelock. Except it's, the layout's not right. Yeah. So, yeah. What is the o'clock now? According to that, it is 6:29, which means it's 6:40 something. 6:34 actually. That's GPS time. And, yeah. Across Tasman Bay, it's just flat calm up here. It's just unbelievable. Well, I mean, it's not unbelievable, it's just lovely. Really is good. We came back through that way somewhere. Just a lovely trip across the ditch. There. Well, here we are. We're in Tasman Bay. That's looking out towards Nelson Township, or Cityship, whatever it is. Town City. That's the sun where I'm having to fly straight into because that's where Muddy Acre is. That's the new toy, which is pretty basic. It's sort of a speedo thing, really, and that's about it. And yeah, somewhere up there, or somewhere out there is Australia. Yeah, we're not going there. But the old girl's just humming along. Oh, amazing. The joys of a canopy. And not having to wear a freezer suit and stuff. It's really cool. So, yeah, Rito's going to be out to pick us up at some point. All I've got to do is find the airfield, the ground, and what have you, and then I might have a beer or something. Yes. Fuel cap's still on. Yeah.
Well, here it is, Thursday morning in Muddy Acre. A fleet of hairy planes everywhere, including the new toy. Yeah. It's quite a cool little layer of fog just sitting there. That'll burn off reasonably smartly once the big yellow gets up. there's a fleet of aeroplanes over the other side, competitions and what have you. But the day is just startling again. Lovely aviating weather, not a breath of wind here just at the moment, which is fairly obvious by the way there's fog. So we'll be getting going in a little bit, and then heading off back to good old Hokey Pokey.
Well, we've had a much wake on the way home. Up in the distance there, you may or may not see it because it's a wee bit lumpy where I am, but that's Lake Station Airfield, which means Kawatiri Junction is just, about here somewhere. Yeah, we're probably over it. And there's Mount Murchison, and around the corner a bit is Murchison itself. And yeah, we're skidding through. It's getting a bit lumpy due to the wind that's starting to develop this time of day, but still 3,000 feet without issue. All the temperatures and stuff are looking really good. So yeah, on the homeward stretch. And here we are, just trucking along. This is the top of Mount Murch up there. It's quite exciting through here, as you'd expect, with a bit of wind. But yeah, it's not crash bang wallop, it's just wobble a bit. Yeah, oh, except for the odd part like that. And I was trying to get up from this hill. Someone's around in the area by the sounds of it. Tracy Chapman's blowing through the headphones at the moment. It's bloody marvellous. So 80 indicated and 70, so we've got 10 knots of headwind we're pushing, but that's alright, it just means I get to fly for a bit longer. We've been going for about 40 minutes. A bit slow on putting the watch on, but that's alright. I'll just go pop through this bush line here. This is quite good. This gives you an idea of how quick we're going. I'll just go over there as well because that'll pick up. It'll pick up the road again. Beautiful area. Main road goes over there, around that corner, and it appears way over there. A little cheap, take a shortcut. And there is Murchison, just past the airstrip. We're there in March, shortly-ish. Township for another leeringly great, social, I can't say piss up, yeah. Social time, that's the one. So that's heading off into the Bulla, or not quite yet. We've got to turn left and find Anangahua, which is over there, and then down the Grey Valley and boom, home. So yeah, all looking good so far. But just because we can, we're going to go through a gap in the hill. There's one bit, goes down, and then goes up to the other bit. Woohoo! And there's a wee gap in the middle, just the right size for a D18. As we will prove very shortly by scooting through at 85 knots. With a wee bit of temperature on the oil, but it'll cool down. There's a Grey Valley Reef that's just down over there. Pretty tough stuff on the tops. Yeah. Nope. That's boom. Bit of water over there. That's something else you can do, which is so nice to do. Drink water and eat food whilst driving. Luxury, it really is. Alright. The only problem you got is when it's a solo passage and you got both wing tanks full that wants to roll to the left. So after an hour, which is coming up in about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you pump the left-hand tank into the main, and the 16 litres on the other side offsets the weight quite nicely. So then it flies hands off. If I let it go, if you look out the front, you see it's hands off. It's starting to roll to the left, and it will keep doing that until it gets exciting. So you just got to keep it that way for a bit. However, that is the only one thing about this aeroplane. The rest of it is just splendid. Right. Well, 18 miles straight out there, or straight over this little bit of hill, is Hokitika. So we've got about a quarter of an hour to run, and we'll be over here to town. Sharon O'Neill is now blasting through my headset. It's really good. And there's a bit of humour for you. Yeah. Still need to be able to see close up, but it's awfully sparkly. So how to make 2 into 1 glasses? It's quite simple, really. Put 2 pairs on. But it works. All right, where are we? We're getting a bit hot because I've just poked the throttle up a wee bit. I might revisit the oil gallery or the oil system they've got here. The water's not too bad, but the oil seems to get warm as soon as you get over. Yeah, and might have to look at that as well. But as soon as you get over a wee bit of RPM, the oil gets rather hot and snotty. But there, look there in the distance. After 4 days of being away, is home. And that's rather cool. So we'll start the downhill run and appear over here. I might have to go and do a bit of a lap of town just because I can. There we are, almost home. There's the Arrow River, the mouth, and just up on the sill over there would be the airfield. I'm not very high at the moment, 600, but yeah, we can work with that. We'll just go and say good day to a couple of people. Beautiful day, just a bit of high overcast crap, but it's nice. The air vents, oh, my Triumph Herald air vents are working brilliantly. And yeah, just a faultless trip home, really. Nice 80 on indicated. Still pushing this subtly there, so I'm guessing it'll be a landing on 2-1. 80 on the clock and 72 on the Gippus, so we'll just see what that windsock's doing on the way past, actually. Yeah.